The red dust of Mars swirled around the human research station Horizon Base as alarms blared through the night. Dr. James Walker ran to the observation deck, his coffee mug forgotten on his desk. Through the reinforced windows, he watched a ship tear through the thin Martian atmosphere, its hull glowing bright orange. Status report. He called out to the control room below. Unknown vessel, sir. Not matching any human registry, replied Tom, the night shift operator. His fingers flew across the holographic display. It's going down about 12 kilometers east of us. Walker grabbed his emergency suit from the wall locker. Get the rescue team ready. We might have survivors. Within 15 minutes, 2 rover vehicles sped across the rocky Martian terrain. Walker sat in the lead vehicle, watching the smoke column rise in the distance. The crash site came into view, a deep groove carved into the red soil, ending in a twisted mass of metal unlike any human spacecraft. Life signs, Walker asked through his suit's comm. One faint reading, answered Mark from the medical rover. Definitely not human. They approached the wreck carefully. Parts of the ship still smoldered, creating an eerie mist in the thin atmosphere. Walker's helmet lights illuminated a section of the hull that had split open, revealing the ship's interior. There, Mark pointed to a faint blue glow coming from what appeared to be the control room. Inside, they found her. The alien lay unconscious, her silvery skin reflecting their lights. She looked almost human, except for the delicate patterns that seemed to flow beneath her skin like living circuits. The team carefully moved her onto a stretcher, checking her vital signs against the limited xenobiology data they had. Back at Horizon Base, Walker and his medical team worked through the night. Their patient was stable but showed no signs of waking. Scans revealed a complex crystalline structure throughout her brain, something they'd never seen before. When she finally opened her eyes 3 days later, they were met with confusion. She looked around the medical bay, her silver fingers touching the monitoring devices attached to her. "Can you understand me?" Walker asked, keeping his voice gentle. She nodded slowly. The universal translators were working, at least. "Do you know your name? Where you're from?" Fear flashed across her face. I don't know." Her voice trembled. "I don't remember anything." Walker ran more scans, discovering that the crystalline structures in her brain showed signs of damage. Whatever memories they once held were now scrambled or erased. Earth Control soon identified her ship as belonging to the Stellar Concordat, an advanced alien civilization that had recently made contact with humanity. She was apparently Ambassador Rose, though the name meant nothing to her now. "The Concordat wants us to transfer you to their medical facilities," Walker told her a week later. She sat in the observation room, watching the Martian sunset. "No," she said firmly, surprising him. "I don't know why, but something tells me I should stay here." Walker studied her face. Despite her memory loss, she seemed to retain some instincts. "We'll need to report your decision to Earth Command. They might not like it." "Will you help me?" she asked, her silver fingers gripping the armrests of her chair. "Help me remember who I am." Walker thought about the damaged crystal structures in her brain, unlike anything in human medical knowledge. It would be challenging, perhaps impossible, but something about her trust in humans, in him, made him want to try. "Yes," he answered. "We'll find a way." As he left the observation room that evening, Walker didn't notice the small drone watching from outside the base. Its encrypted transmission reached a ship hiding behind Mars's largest moon. Ambassador Rose survived. Memory loss confirmed. Humans attempting recovery procedures. The response came quickly. Continue observation. Prevent memory restoration at all costs. On Earth, in a secure facility, a quantum computer began analyzing the first scans of Rose's crystal-based neural network. The race to restore her memories and uncover why someone wanted them erased had begun. 2 weeks after her rescue, Rose stood before a mirror in her quarters at Horizon Base, studying her reflection. The silvery patterns beneath her skin pulsed gently as she touched her face, trying to find something familiar in her features. Nothing came back to her. Your brain patterns are stabilizing, Dr. Walker explained during her morning checkup. He showed her the scans, pointing to the crystalline structures that made her neural network so different from a human's. But the memory storage areas remained damaged. Rose spent her days learning to be herself again. Simple tasks became small victories. Discovering she liked the taste of earth fruit but couldn't stand coffee, realizing she could read complex mathematical equations without knowing how she learned them, finding out she could play musical instruments instinctively. It's like my body remembers, but my mind doesn't, she told Walker one day while playing the human piano in the base's recreation room. Her fingers moved gracefully across the keys, creating beautiful melodies she didn't recognize. Walker recorded everything, searching for patterns. He noticed that her crystal neural structures responded differently when she performed these instinctive actions. They seemed to glow brighter, pulse faster. "Try this," he said, placing a diplomatic document in front of her. "It's from the Concordat." Rose stared at the alien text. Her head began to hurt, and the patterns under her skin flickered erratically. "I can read it, but it feels wrong. Like looking through broken glass." Late one night, Walker made a breakthrough. He was reviewing her brain scans when he noticed something unusual. The damaged crystal structures weren't just storing memories. They were quantum entangled with each other. Each memory might be stored across multiple crystals, he explained to his team the next morning. That's why traditional recovery methods aren't working. We're not just dealing with damaged storage. We're dealing with quantum information. Rose joined them for these meetings now, wearing a standard Earth uniform since her diplomatic robes made her uncomfortable. She listened intently but struggled to understand her own biology. The base's quantum communications array picked up another message from the Concordat. "We insist on Ambassador Rose's immediate return. Her condition requires our specialized medical knowledge." Walker found Rose in the hydroponics garden after receiving the message. She was helping tend to the plants, something she did when feeling anxious. The plants seemed to respond to her presence, growing slightly faster than normal. "They want me to leave," she said without looking up. "But I still don't trust them." "Is that strange? Not trusting your own people?" "Trust is earned," Walker replied, watching her gently touch a tomato plant. "Even without memories, you have instincts. We should listen to them." That night, Rose had her first dream since the crash. She woke up screaming, the patterns under her skin glowing bright enough to illuminate her room. Walker rushed in with a medical team. "I saw faces," she gasped. "They were arguing. Something about a treaty, but it's fading already." Walker documented everything. The crystal structures in her brain had been highly active during the dream. He began to form a theory. Perhaps human brainwave patterns could help stabilize her quantum memory storage. The next day, while Rose was practicing writing her name, an alert came from the perimeter sensors. A small object had crashed near the base. The security team found the remains of a surveillance drone. Definitely not human technology. "Someone's watching us," Walker said, examining the drone's wreckage. "They're very interested in your recovery." Rose touched the broken drone and pulled her hand back quickly. "I recognize this technology. I don't know how, but I do." Walker looked at her with concern. "We need to move faster. Someone doesn't want you to remember, which means those memories are important." Above Mars, hidden from Earth's detection systems, a stealth ship received its final warning. "The human doctor is getting too close. Prepare for direct intervention." Meanwhile, in Walker's lab, a new device was taking shape, one that would attempt to bridge the gap between human brainwave patterns and quantum crystal storage. The race to restore Rose's memories was about to enter a new phase. Walker stood in his lab, staring at the holographic display of Rose's neural patterns. 3 months after her crash, he finally understood the complex quantum dance happening inside her crystalline brain structure. His new device sat on the workbench, a hybrid of human quantum computing technology and medical equipment. "The crystals aren't just storing memories," he explained to his team. They're connected across space-time. When they got damaged, the connections broke. He pointed to the screen. But human brainwaves might be able to act like a carrier signal, rebuilding those connections. Rose watched from her usual spot in the lab, absently rubbing her temples. Her headaches had gotten worse lately, coming in waves whenever she tried too hard to remember. The Concordat's medical files don't mention any of this, Tom said, reviewing the alien data. Either they don't know about it, or they don't want us to know. Walker finished. An alarm blared through the base. Unidentified ships entering Mars orbit, the computer announced. 3 vessels, Concordat design. The main screen showed 3 sleek ships taking position above the base. A transmission came through. This is Commander Swift of the Stellar Concordat. We are here to retrieve Ambassador Rose. Prepare for immediate transfer. Walker looked at Rose. She had gone pale, the patterns under her skin barely visible. I remember that voice, she whispered. In my nightmares. Lock down the base, Walker ordered. All personnel to security stations. The quantum communication array sparked to life. Earth Command was calling. Dr. Walker, the Concordat is demanding Rose's return. They're threatening to cut off all diplomatic relations. With respect, sir, Walker replied. I believe they're hiding something. Rose's neural structure shows signs of deliberate tampering. This wasn't an accident. In his lab, Walker worked frantically to finish his device. Rose sat nearby, connected to monitors that tracked her crystal patterns. Each time the ships above sent a message, her readings spiked. They're trying to activate something in your neural network, Walker realized. Some kind of failsafe. Rose grabbed his arm suddenly. James, I remember a room. Dark. People arguing. Someone saying, she knows too much. Walker's device hummed to life. It looked simple, a circlet designed to sit around Rose's head, but inside it contained cutting-edge quantum technology. We need to try it now, he said, before they find a way to wipe what's left. The base shook. The Concordat ships were using some kind of energy beam, testing the shields. Shields at 60%, the computer warned. Rose sat in the medical chair, trying to stay calm as Walker placed the device on her head. The crystals under her skin pulsed in rhythm with the quantum field the device generated. Ready? Walker asked, his hand on the activation switch. Rose nodded. Do it. The device powered up. Rose gasped as human brainwave patterns merged with her quantum crystal storage. Images flooded her mind, fragments of memories trying to reassemble. I see. A document, she said through gritted teeth. Important. Had to get it to Earth. The base shook again. Shields at 40%. Walker adjusted the settings, trying to stabilize the quantum field. Focus on that memory, Rose. Follow it. They found out. Tried to stop me. Rose's eyes snapped open. The crash wasn't an accident. They tried to kill me. The device overloaded in a shower of sparks. Rose slumped in the chair, exhausted but alive. The patterns under her skin glowed brighter than ever. How much do you remember? Walker asked, checking her vital signs. Pieces. Fragments. But I know why they want me back. She looked up at the ceiling, toward the ships above. I was carrying proof. The Concordat's peace treaty is a lie. They're planning something. Something big. Walker held her stand. We need to get you to Earth. The main quantum array there might be powerful enough to restore everything. They'll try to stop us, Rose said. Walker smiled grimly. They already underestimated humans once. Let's show them what else we can do. Above them, Commander Swift received a message from his superiors. Kill them all. The treaty cannot be exposed. The battle for Rose's memories was about to become a fight for survival. The escape from Mars was chaos. Walker and Rose ran through the corridors of Horizon Base as explosions rocked the structure. The Concordat ships had stopped pretending. They were now trying to destroy the entire facility. Transport ship ready in Bay 3. Tom's voice crackled over the comm. Better hurry. Shields almost gone. Walker carried his damaged memory device in a secure case. Even broken, it might be their only chance to fully restore Rose's memories on Earth. Rose ran beside him, her silvery skin glowing brighter with each explosion. "More coming back," she gasped as they ran. The treaty, it wasn't just peace terms. They're planning to use Earth's quantum network for something. They reached the transport bay as another blast hit the base. Through the viewport, they could see the Concordat ships firing continuous energy beams at the shield dome. The shield flickered, showing signs of imminent failure. "Everyone aboard," Walker shouted. The small crew scrambled into the transport. Walker, Rose, Tom, and 2 security officers. The ship was designed for quick trips between Mars and Earth, perfect for their escape. The launch doors opened. Above them, the Concordat ships shifted position, trying to get a clear shot. "Now or never," Tom said from the pilot's seat. They shot out of the bay just as the base's shields failed. Energy beams sliced through the Martian atmosphere around them. Tom's piloting skills kept them alive, barely. "They're not trying to capture us anymore," Rose observed, watching the deadly beams. "They want us dead." Walker hooked up his medical equipment in the ship's small lab. Rose's neural patterns were changing rapidly. More memories were returning, but the process was causing her intense pain. The quantum resonance from their weapons, Walker realized, checking the readings. "It's affecting your crystal structures. We need to stabilize them." He modified his broken device, trying to create a protective field. Rose sat still as he placed the rebuilt circlet on her head. The patterns under her skin had become erratic, flashing in strange sequences. "James," she said quietly, using his first name. "I remember who betrayed me. It was." She screamed suddenly, the crystals in her neural network flaring bright enough to show through her skin. Walker adjusted the device frantically. "The weapon's fire is interfering with your quantum memory storage. Try to focus on my voice. Use it as an anchor." The transport shuddered as a glancing hit struck their shields. "Earth defense is responding," Tom called out. "Help's coming, but we need to survive another 10 minutes." Rose grabbed Walker's hand. The moment they touched, her neural patterns stabilized slightly. "Human brainwaves," Walker muttered. "They help align the quantum storage." He quickly set up a direct neural link between them, dangerous, but necessary. As their brainwave patterns synchronized, Rose's memories began flowing more smoothly. "The treaty was a trick," she gasped. "They want access to Earth's quantum communication network. They found a way to use it as a weapon. Could disable every human device instantly." Another blast rocked the ship. "Shields at 15%. Tom shouted. Through their neural link, Walker felt Rose's determination. She stood up, still connected to him, and walked to the ship's communication array. "What are you doing?" he asked. "Sending proof," she replied. Her hands flew over the controls, the patterns under her skin pulsing in time with the quantum transmitter, breaking their encryption. Now, a burst of data shot toward Earth, fragments of her restored memories, evidence of the Concordat's true plans. The pursuing ships suddenly broke off their attack. "They know," Rose said, swaying slightly. "They know I remembered enough." Walker caught her as she collapsed. The neural link had taken its toll on both of them, but her smile told him it was worth it. "Earth Defense Fleet incoming," Tom announced. "We're safe." Walker checked Rose's neural patterns one last time. The quantum storage crystals were stabilizing, protected by the lingering effect of human brainwaves. They had won this battle, but he knew the real fight was just beginning. "Next stop, Earth," he said, holding Rose steady as she recovered. "Time to show the Concordat what happens when they underestimate both humans and the people they try to silence." Rose nodded weakly. They'd never understood. Humans don't just solve problems, they transform them into opportunities. Above them, the Concordat ships retreated, but Walker knew they'd be back. The race to restore Rose's remaining memories and save Earth was far from over. The Earth Defense Base under the Rocky Mountains hummed with activity. 1 week after their escape from Mars, Walker stood before the Global Security Council, explaining his findings while Rose recovered in the medical bay below. The Concordat's treaty was a Trojan horse, he said, showing holographic data from Rose's partially restored memories. They plan to use our quantum network signatures to create a backdoor into every connected system on Earth. In the medical bay, Rose lay connected to Earth's most powerful quantum computer. The patterns under her skin pulsed steadily as more memories reformed. Each new memory brought pain, but also clarity. "I remember the meeting," she told Walker during his evening visit. "They thought I was loyal to them. I sat there while they planned Earth's downfall, thinking I would help them." Her silver fingers clenched the bedsheet. "But they were wrong about me." Walker checked her neural readings. The crystal structures were healing, rebuilding their quantum connections. "Why did you choose to warn us?" Rose's eyes took on a distant look. "I spent 3 years studying humans. While my people saw weakness in your diversity, your disagreements, I saw strength. You argue, you fight, but you also create, adapt, grow. We lost that long ago." An alarm blared through the base. "Concordat fleet detected," the AI announced. 8 ships entering solar system. The Security Council called an emergency session. Walker attended remotely from the medical bay, unwilling to leave Rose unprotected. "They're demanding we return the corrupted ambassador," the defense chief reported. "They claim her memories are false, implanted by human interference." Rose laughed bitterly. "Of course they do. Show them this." She transmitted a new memory through the quantum computer, a recording of Commander Swift ordering the attack on her ship. The council chamber erupted in angry shouts. The Concordat's deception was now undeniable. But with their fleet approaching, Earth had little time to prepare. "There's more," Rose said quietly after the transmission. "Something I hid so deep in my quantum storage that even I couldn't access it until now." She touched the modified memory device Walker had built. "Help me find it." Walker hesitated. "The neural link is dangerous. Last time nearly killed us both. We don't have a choice." Her silver skin rippled with determination. "This could save Earth." They established the link. Walker's consciousness merged with Rose's quantum crystal network, human brainwaves helping to stabilize the alien storage system. Together, they dove deep into her memories. Pain lanced through both of them as they pushed past the damaged areas. But there, hidden in a complex quantum fold, they found it. Complete technical specifications for the Concordat's quantum weapon system. They built in a flaw. Rose gasped as the memory clarified. A weakness they never thought anyone would find. "If their weapon connects to Earth's network, we can reverse it," Walker finished, seeing the possibility through their shared consciousness. Turn their own technology against them. They broke the neural link, both exhausted but triumphant. Walker immediately sent the specifications to Earth's top quantum scientists. "Why did you hide this so deeply?" he asked while they recovered. Rose's expression was troubled. "Because there's a price. Using this could burn out every quantum crystal in range." She touched her temple, "Including the ones in my brain." Walker stared at her. "You'd sacrifice your own memories. Everything we've worked to restore. To save Earth." "Yes," she smiled sadly. "Some things are worth forgetting." The base shook slightly as orbital defense platforms moved into position. The Concordat fleet would arrive in 6 hours. "There has to be another way," Walker insisted, already running calculations in his head. "Human ingenuity, remember. We transform problems into opportunities." Rose watched him work, the patterns under her skin reflecting the determination in his eyes. She had chosen correctly when she decided to trust humanity. While her own people had stagnated in their technological superiority, humans never stopped looking for new solutions. Above them, Earth's combined fleet prepared for battle. Below, in labs across the planet, scientists raced to adapt Rose's hidden knowledge into a weapon they could use without destroying her. The final confrontation was coming, and with it, the last pieces of Rose's memory would either return or be lost forever. The underground base trembled as the Concordat fleet entered Earth's orbit. Walker worked frantically in the quantum lab, surrounded by holographic displays showing Rose's neural patterns and the enemy ship's signatures. 3 hours until they're in weapon range, the base AI announced. Rose paced the lab, her silver skin flickering with anxiety. More memories had surfaced. Tactical information, security codes, fleet formations, but using them would destroy her neural crystals. Got it, Walker suddenly shouted, his eyes bright with excitement. We've been thinking about this wrong. Instead of fighting their quantum interference, we can redirect it. Rose finished, seeing his calculations. Use Earth's network as a prism, not a shield. Walker nodded. Your crystal structures work on similar principles. If we can split their weapons' quantum signature, we can disable their ships without burning out the crystals. Rose touched her temple. But we'll need more power than Earth's network can provide. Walker smiled. That's where human innovation comes in. Tom's voice came through the comm. Ready up here. Every quantum device on Earth is linked. Even got the gaming networks involved. The plan was audacious. They would use everything: quantum computers, communication arrays, even consumer devices, to create the largest quantum network ever built. Each device would handle a tiny part of the load, preventing burnout. Concordat ships launching attack drones, the AI warned. Rose connected herself to Walker's modified device one last time. The command codes are in my latest recovered memories, but accessing them will be painful, Walker finished. Unlinking in to help stabilize you. Their minds merged through the quantum interface. Rose's memories flowed like mercury, beautiful, dangerous, vital. Walker's human brainwaves helped guide them, finding paths through the damaged crystal structures. Above them, the Concordat fleet began its attack. Energy beams struck Earth's shields as drones swarmed toward defense platforms. Commander Swift is hailing, an officer reported. The commander's face appeared on their screen. Return the ambassador and surrender your quantum network, or we will destroy your civilization's technological infrastructure. Rose stood, still linked to Walker, and faced the screen. You should have killed me when you had the chance, Swift. She began transmitting codes, backdoors and weaknesses she had discovered before her accident. The combined quantum network of Earth received them, each device taking a small piece of the load. Swift's face showed real fear for the first time. All ships, initiate quantum pulse. Burn their network now. The Concordat weapon fired. A massive quantum surge designed to overload and destroy Earth's technology. But the network was ready. Billions of devices worked together, splitting and redirecting the energy. Rose screamed as the quantum backlash hit her neural crystals. Walker held their link steady, his human brainwaves helping her stay conscious. It's working, Tom shouted over the comm. Their ships are losing power. Through their link, Walker felt Rose's triumph and pain in equal measure. The redirected energy was disrupting the Concordat's quantum systems, but the strain on her crystal structures was enormous. Stay with me, he urged, pouring more strength into their connection. We're almost there. The enemy fleet hung dead in space, their quantum-based technology completely disabled. Earth's conventional weapons could now finish the job. But that wasn't the human way. Concordat vessels, Earth Command transmitted. You are at our mercy. Surrender, and we will show more honor than you did. Rose finally broke the neural link, exhausted but smiling. The patterns under her skin were dim but stable. You did it, she whispered to Walker. Found a way to save both Earth and my memories. We did it, he corrected. Human innovation, alien knowledge, working together. Swift and his fleet surrendered. In the days that followed, Rose's testimony would expose the Concordat's true nature to the galactic community. But for now, she simply rested in the medical bay, watching Earth's quantum network slowly return to normal. Your people thought humans were primitive, she told Walker as he checked her neural readings. "But you proved that innovation beats superiority every time." Walker smiled. "Speaking of innovation, ready to try restoring those last memories? I've got some new ideas." Above them, Earth's quantum network hummed with new possibilities. Forever changed by the day, humanity proved its worth to the stars. A month after the Concordat's defeat, Rose sat in a peaceful garden outside the Quantum Research Facility in New Zealand. The patterns under her skin flowed smoothly now, nearly back to their natural state. Walker approached with his latest version of the memory restoration device. "Ready for the final attempt?" he asked, sitting beside her. Rose nodded. After their victory, Earth's scientists had worked together to perfect the quantum restoration process. Each attempt had brought back more memories while keeping her neural crystals intact. "The garden was a good idea," she said, touching a flower. The natural quantum fields helped stabilize the process. Walker placed the refined circlet on her head. It was beautiful now, a blend of human and Concordat technology. "Earth's quantum network is standing by. Tom has everything synchronized." Hard to believe he coordinated gamers worldwide to help protect Earth. Rose laughed. "That was very human." They established the neural link one last time. This attempt would be different. Instead of fighting the quantum crystal structure, they would work with it. Like the garden around them, they would let the memories grow naturally. The process began. Through their link, Walker felt Rose's mind expanding, reaching for lost memories. The patterns under her skin began to glow with a soft, steady light. "I remember everything," she whispered. The peace conference. Discovering their plan, my decision to warn Earth. Images flowed between them. Rose secretly copying the weapons data, planning her escape, the sabotage of her ship. But there was more. Memories even she hadn't known were lost. "My childhood," she gasped. "My family. My real name." Tears ran down her silver cheeks, glowing with the same light as her skin patterns. Walker supported her through the neural link as centuries of memories returned. He felt her joy at remembering her past, her pain at recalling those who had betrayed her, and something unexpected, her growing love for Earth and its people. "The Concordat was wrong about so much," she said as the process completed. "They saw themselves as superior, but they forgot how to grow, how to change. Humans never stop evolving." Walker removed the circlet. The final scan showed her crystal structures were fully healed, quantum patterns flowing naturally. "How do you feel?" "Complete," she answered. "But different. The memories are back, but I'm not the same person who crashed on Mars. I'm more." A message came through from Earth Command. The reformed Galactic Council wanted Rose to speak at their next session. Her testimony would help reshape relations between species across the galaxy. "They want me to explain how humans defeated the Concordat," she said, reading the message. "But it's more than that. Humans didn't just win. You showed a better way. You proved that cooperation beats domination." Walker looked at his device, now a symbol of what humans and aliens could achieve together. "Will you go back, now that you remember everything?" Rose stood in the garden, her restored memories letting her fully appreciate its beauty. "My old life is gone. The Concordat I served never really existed. It was built on lies and fear." She touched a flower, watching it respond to her quantum signature. "I want to stay. Help build something new. Earth has shown me that differences can be strength, that innovation comes from cooperation, not competition." "Ambassador Rose of Earth," Walker mused, "has a nice ring to it." "Not Rose anymore," she corrected. "I remember my true name now. But I think I'll keep Rose too. It reminds me of who I became here, with human help." Above them, satellites tracked the remaining Concordat ships leaving the solar system. Earth's quantum network had been transformed by the crisis, growing into something new and powerful. Humans were reaching for the stars with renewed confidence. "What happens next?" Walker asked. Rose smiled, her silver skin patterns dancing in the sunlight. "We do what humans do best. We innovate, we grow, we face the unknown together. She looked up at the sky, seeing not emptiness but possibility. My people thought they were writing Earth's ending. Instead, you turned it into a beginning. Walker stood beside her, remembering how far they'd come from that crash site on Mars, ready to help write the next chapter. Always, Rose replied. After all, I have all my memories now, including the ones we made here. Around them, the garden bloomed, quantum fields dancing between flowers. It was a perfect symbol of their shared future, beauty born from the combination of different worlds, growing stronger together. The end.